What is up, fam? We have a 20-minute total body strength video coming to you with your girl, Sammi B. I have my phone in my hand because today we are using our friendly timing app. And we will be doing 1 minute AMRAP, so 1 minute, as many reps as possible for each of the movements we're doing. You're gonna need a medium set of dumbbells. That can be whatever weight that's comfortable for you, any range from 10 to 20, but I do suggest staying in that range. Some of the things we are doing will be a lot of reps. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this baby down. We're gonna take a little warm up to start. Reaching the arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take 2 more. Inhale. Really stretch through your body. 1 more time. Taking a squat here. Taking that right arm down to your legs. Open up the left arm and find that spiral. Chest is opening nice and wide. Coming back to the center. Standing up straight. Again, squat. Open up nice and wide. Make sure you're tracking the knees over toes. I say it to you as I say it to myself. Coming back through. Good, let's take a few marches, just engaging the lower part of the core. We're gonna get right into this workout. So right after this, we're gonna grab that set of weights and get this party started. 3, and 2, and 1. Nice job. Grabbing your weights, we have our first move. It's gonna be a deadlift into an upright row. So it'll look like this. I'll turn a little bit on the diagonal. You're gonna stick your booty back like you should be doing on all your deadlifts, and then you're gonna come up into your upright row. Yes, we're gonna do that for our 1 minute on the clock. I will start this baby. You can see the phone has the 1 minute timer, and we're getting this cooking right now. Grab that weight. 1 minute to get it started. Sinking the butt back, coming into your upright row. As you come into your upright row, make sure that you're keeping the core engaged, thinking of elbows lifting up, sending the hips back each time, and up. Some would call this a hip hinge. That is another option of movement. I call it a deadlift because I do want you to still focus on your hamstrings and glutes pulling you up to the top. You can also do this in a slow tempo, or you could do it a little bit faster. Let's check on the timer. We got 20 seconds left, y'all. Looking good, looking good, looking good. All right. If you got a couple more sets in you, you know what I'm gonna say. Don't leave me hanging. No seconds unused. Last 2 seconds. Breathe and relax. All right. We have our next minute. I'm gonna show you what it's looking like. Weights are gonna be on the shoulders. We're going into a full squat. You take those legs a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're gonna do a single arm shoulder press at the top. So alternating sides. We got 1 minute on the clock. Let's get it cooking in 3, 2, and 1. Timer is on, weights are up. Sit the hips back, standing up, pushing through. Now as you bring that shoulder press up, make sure you think about the shoulder blades still sliding down the back. It's very easy to make your neck muscles overwork in these kinds of movements. I am also part of that committee, I do it myself, and that's why I like to remind you, this is also an opportunity for you to really feel what your body needs. If your squat today is just not there, or your quads, you had leg day yesterday, and you're just trying to be a good Samaritan by doing a total body strength right now in this moment, you just don't go as far, you modify. You can take a little squat and you can make it more of a power thrust up to your full shoulder press. But if you're with me, we're going as far into our range of motion as possible, and then we're lifting up. Let's see. Oh, last 3 seconds, we got 1 more. Pick it up. Woo. Give those weights a little break. Give your grip a little break. Shake out your hands. We'll talk about the next move that we're gonna do. This one is gonna require only 1 weight. We got 1 minute on the clock per leg. I'm sorry in advance. We're doing a reverse lunge with a chop. So our right leg is gonna go back. We're gonna chop the weight to the side, come back to the center, and stand up. This is gonna test your balance as well as your core. And so we're just gonna get right into it. Make sure that you're grabbing the weight in a comfortable position. 1 minute on the clock. Right foot is gonna step back first, we twist, we bring it back to our center, we lift. Now, yes, we have 1 minute per side. That is what I said. I'm so sorry. I thought about doing only 30 seconds per side. I'm so sorry. That's not what I chose to do. But you know what? I'm doing it with you. So if you feel like this is a lot, and the 1 minute is feeling like your legs are burning, like you're falling off balance a little bit, same. But I think you're totally capable. Make sure you're breathing, lift the chest up, and as always, just a friendly reminder, as you get tired, the goal here is to think about your technique. Good. Last 5 seconds coming up. Give me one more lunge, one more chop, one more to center, one more lift. Awesome sauce. Did that. Same thing other side. You know how this goes. Make sure in your reverse lunge, you're aiming to get that 90-90. You're getting really low, knees tracking over the front toes. Next set, other side, 4 and 3 and 2. Let's get it. Take it back and chop. I'm getting a little quiet on this side. This side happens to be a little bit more tricky for me as far as balance. Like for some reason, all of the muscles don't quite fire as quickly as on the opposite side. It's probably because my right is my dominant side. We all have one. Good. Almost there. Center. Try your best not to go through this with speed in mind. This is about form. Form over quickness. We have other workouts that are for quickness, right? We got enough time for one more. Let's take it down last time. Woo. And center. Beautiful. Okay. Now things are gonna get very interesting. Grab both your weights. We're coming down into a quadruped position. For this first side, you're only gonna need one weight. So, in fact, you can put the other weight to the side. We are taking a row, single leg. So I want you to think about curling the toes underneath and really stabilizing through the opposite hand. We have 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds on the other side. So it's gonna look like that. Make sure that you're driving the elbow up to the side of your body and squeezing the shoulder blade as you go. Let's get it. Starting now. Now we have 30 seconds on this side. We have 30 seconds on the next side. So this is gonna go by very fast. We've gotten very accustomed to doing the 1 minute. I'm sweating a lot. If you're also sweating a lot, don't forget to drink water. Don't forget to towel off, whatever you need to do. We have one more row in us, and then we switch to the other side. All right, keeping that leg down. Opposite side, tuck the toes under, lifting that leg up. Thinking about your form and how you're gonna set it up for success right away. Again, elbow is coming up to the side. Slight bend in the supporting elbow. Why? Because you don't wanna ever lock out in your elbows. You never want it to feel like you can't have a little bit of cushion or movement if necessary. Squeezing the opposite glute as well. This is a full body movement. Last one. Gorgeous, y'all. Drop that. Woo. Dripping. We're gonna take a Russian twist now, so you have that one weight as well. Coming down and making your legs a little bit, maybe like hip width distance apart, shoulder width distance is okay as well. You're going to twist side to side. Just in case you haven't seen a Russian twist, this is for all of us, engaging the core. We're gonna start the timer and then we're gonna talk more about form. Let's go, 1 minute. Life is walking through the mud, I'm battle tested. Can't complain, I can't debate on who the best is. Now, lengthening through the spine. Top of the head is going on the diagonal here. We have 1 minute in this twist. Most of the time in our Russian twist, we can really feel this in our hip flexor So if that's the case, you're gonna wanna sit yourself a little bit higher, coming up a little bit longer and taller. But if you're with it and you're feeling those abdominals engaging, I want you to take it further back if you need the challenge. We're already less than 30 seconds left. Twist. And if you're like me and you start to put the tension in your shoulders when you get tired, relax, breathe. 6 seconds on the clock. Woo. Last one. Gorgeous. This next one, definitely a challenge. We're gonna be laying back and we're going to bring the weight in. We're gonna extend the weights first and then we're gonna extend the legs separately. So everything will start up in this position. I'm gonna get the timer going. Here we go. Arms are gonna go back, not too far where it puts a lot of tension on your shoulders and neck again, and then the legs are gonna extend. So this is for your lower abdominals, but it's also for core stability in general. It's very good for creating this oppositional tension, especially as we have one part of the body that's holding and one part of the body that's moving, right? Anytime you have to do that, that is basically what balance is all about. You're moving something and you're stabilizing something else. So balance is important not only when you're standing on your legs, but also when you're working your abdominals or you're working one thing and stabilizing with something else. Make sure you're incorporating your breathing into this, which is really gonna help contract the core muscles. Darlings, how are we feeling? I can tell that we have less than 30 seconds left. Ah, we had 0. Beautiful. Take a second here, breathe, grab a sip of water because we're gonna do all that again. And you'll love me for it tomorrow. You're not gonna necessarily love me for it today in this moment. You might actually not like me tomorrow. You might be a little sore. So eventually you will love me for it. After you've taken that sip of water, we're gonna get right back into it. We have the 1 minute on the timer, as usual. Anyone remember? Raise your hand if you remember your first move. It's a deadlift with an upright row. We start from the top. I'm gonna hit that timer. You know what to do. We talked about it a lot the first time. We're gonna talk less this time. Send the hips back and pull it into your upright row. Again, if you feel like you want to push the speed a little bit more this time around, go for it. But if you're feeling like you just want to go slow and steady, go for it. Both are great options. Lift and breathe. Send those hips back. Again, focus on form. As we get tired, it's very easy for all of us, especially me, to fall into bad habits. I have flexibility in my back, and it's very easy for me to just send my hips back and then stay there, but I have to really think about engaging the glutes and the core on the way up so I don't fall into the trap. Wah wah. That's probably my one dad joke of the day. That's it. That's all I have. And there's our timer. Just like that. Time flies when you're doing deadlifts. Stop. Give yourself a moment. Now we have the squat into the overhead shoulder press, single arm. Prep it, set it up. Let's get it started. Both weights up. Send the hips back. One arm at a time. The importance of working one arm at a time, not always, but at least sometimes in your workout regimen, is that you're, again, working with opposition. So the opposite side is stabilizing as the working side is working. But that doesn't mean that the stabilizing side is not working. In fact, it's working harder. Why? Because it's dealing with the force that you're putting on it from the opposite side. Woo! My heart rate is up. I can feel it. I don't even have to look. I know. Yes. How are we doing? Are we still connecting to our core? Are we still breathing? You need a reminder. that. I love when that happens. I looked at the timer just in time for the last one. We have our lunge and chop, 1 minute each side. One weight is necessary. The other baby can take a break. So here we go. Let's get it started. Right foot is forward, and we go into our chop. Remember, take your time here because it's tricky. Whenever you do a reverse lunge, any movement that you're going backwards, you're only dealing with what you think is happening behind you. You can't see. It's much easier to do anything that's in front of your body. So for that reason, I like to slow it down, be very methodical about what's happening behind me, because I can't see. So for that reason alone, it's a good reason for you to slow it down. Think it through. Oh my gosh, catch your balance for moments like that. Nice work. Let's see how you do under pressure. It's true. These workouts are made to push your body under pressure. That's literally what we're doing. With that added resistance of the weight. We got one more lunge in us. Let's go. Woo! Relax. I'm going to drop my weight for a second. Feel free to do the same. We have the same thing on the other side. Breathe, relax, breathe, stretch, shake, let it go, you know? Start. Other side, left foot is forward. Chop, center. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. For movements like this, especially when we have the lower body and the upper body doing work but at different times, the axis in the middle, the fulcrum point that's causing a lot of the movement or helping, assisting with a lot of the movement, which is your hips and your core. These are the areas that we want to drive most of our energy into. The limbs are always going to be the force inducers because they are the things that are further away from our center of gravity. So as we're doing this, we're moving the weight, we're moving our legs, we're creating the force with those limbs. But the core, the hips, the glutes, those are all working to keep everything stable. We have one more. Beautiful. You guys are just so wonderful. How are you feeling? We're gonna go into our quadruped. One weight on deck. All right, starting it out, coming down and setting it up. Tuck the toes. I'm gonna start the weight and the timer right away. I'm gonna have it right next to me because again, we have 30 seconds. Lifting the opposite leg, pulling that elbow in nice and tight to you. In and lower. Because we have 30 seconds and it's gonna fly by, we definitely want to make sure that we're focusing on form, keeping the ribs in while still breathing. Inhale is just as important as the exhale. Good. Last one here and we switch. Quick swap, other side. Leg comes up, pushing down through the opposite hand, and then making sure that that glute of the lifted leg is really squeezing. Make it intentional that that leg is working in opposition of our row. This is really great for stability. One of the best moves that you can do, in fact, for stability. Good, last one. Excelente. Okay, we know what time it is. We have our Russian twist coming up. Let's sit it down. Moving right along. You guys, I have shin sweat. It's a good sign. I don't know if anyone else gets that. I might be the only person in the world. All right, starting the timer. Weight is up at our chest. If you're feeling like you really want to in this 1 minute, you can bring these legs up. If you're feeling like you want to push it today. I'm gonna start there, we're gonna see. We will see how long it lasts. The great thing about this workout is that You can totally do majority of these moves without a weight if you felt like it. Modifying this workout is an excellent way to just get some movement into your day without pushing yourself. And then of course you can always add heavier weight if you continue to do this workout and it gets easier for you. The goal is it should get easier for you. Consistency, repetition, all those good things. We have 5 seconds left. Last one. Okay. Near-death experiences. Take a second and catch your breath. We have our last round on the floor, but don't worry, we're not quite finished. We have another little burnout, just for you, something I've been cooking up. No pun intended, because we're burning out. Lay it back, arms and legs up in the air. Let's start with the legs this time, extend, and then arms. Again, if you're feeling like advancing today, and you wanna bring your chin up off the floor, that's a nice extra bit, so you're working another facet of your body here. Extend, in, and lower, and in, out, and in, and out. Let's go. Last 3 seconds. And timer is done yet again. So as promised, we have one more move. I'm gonna start the timer as soon as we get into it. You're gonna grab both of your weights. We have one more little bicep burnout. We are going to hold one weight as we do a curl with the opposite. 30 seconds on one arm, 30 seconds on the other. Yeah, makes sense? So if you're working one, the other one is just being in a 90-degree hold. Seems simple, but it's really terrible. Okay, we have 1 minute, and the clock is starting now. Right arm is going to be stable first, moving the left arm. So again, I'll be watching the timer. The only thing that you should be thinking about is lengthening through your spine, moving that bicep. And if you have a medium dumbbell, you definitely should be feeling this. This is your burnout move for this 20-minute workout. Total body, unforgettable. You'll always feel this every time you come back to this movement. And that other arm that's just kind of hanging out is not just hanging out. Give me one more. We're gonna switch. Hold, left arm, moving the right arm. After all that work that we did, something like this feels insane. Because we have, in fact, already worked our biceps and we've worked a lot of our upper body throughout the workout. So now we're just coming back to it. We got 10 seconds on the clock. Oh my gosh, give me 2 more. Ooh. Give me 1 more. Oh, and relax. Drop the weights down. Okay. Shake those arms out. Take a little shoulder roll and just breathe. Main thing, catch your breath. Relax, lengthen through the spine. Let's take a little arm stretch. Right arm will come across the body. I want to thank you for showing up for yourself today and for doing something, if this is not something that you normally do, for trying something different with somebody new. And I invite you to continue to do this workout, challenge yourself, use heavier weights if you want to, and share it with others. It's a really fun thing to do together. I really like to work out with people. I think someday soon you'll probably see some of those people with me. Stretching your neck out, extending through the right arm so that you feel the stretch from the top of your head all the way down to your fingertips, and the same thing on the other side. And as always, drink water, take care of yourself, and keep doing it. Don't give up. So many options, so many short classes that you can do, put them all together, or just one. Whatever you have time for in your day is a great thing. Keep showing up for yourself, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.